Skill Review 1. Sociology.
Today, class, we're going to be continuing our examination of the nature versus nurture debate regarding human behavior. On the nature side of the argument, we have the belief that genes are more important than the environment in determining human behavior. Proponents of the nature argument believe that all human behavior is inherent and innate. This means that we are born sort of pre-wired to behave in a certain manner. Got it? Okay, conversely, people on the nurture side believe that instead of being born pre-wired, the mind is a blank slate at birth. This means that we are born without any predispositions, that our genes do not influence our behavior. All of our behaviors are a result of experience and conditioning. What do you guys think?
Well, come on. Obviously, it can't all be in the genes. I mean, we have free will.
But then again, I don't really see how it could be all environment either. I mean, look at those twins you always hear about. You know, they're separated at birth and grow up in completely different environments, but then they turn out to have a lot in common.
I'm glad you brought that up, Ellen. Twins can tell us a lot about our genes. Think about it. Identical twins share 100% of their genes. In the womb, the egg splits in two after it has been fertilized by the father's sperm. Because the split happens after conception, the genes are the same. The twins come from the same egg and the same sperm, so they have the exact same set of genes. That's why they look exactly the same. Fraternal twins, on the other hand, have a different set of genes. In this case, 2 eggs are released before conception. Then, the 2 eggs are fertilized by 2 different sperm. Fraternal twins are no more alike genetically than any other pair of siblings. Normally, they share about 50% of their genes. So, by comparing the similarities and differences we see in identical twins with those in fraternal twins, we can learn about the influence that genes have on human behavior. Think about intelligence. Some believe that people are born with a predisposition for intelligence. Others think that environmental factors influence how smart a child will grow up to be. So, researchers conducted a study that compared the intelligence of fraternal twins with that of identical twins. Now, all of these twins were from wealthy families, so we can assume that they had similar environmental advantages, good schools, good educational resources, etc. Now, they found that genetic predispositions accounted for most differences in intelligence. In other words, the studies found that with regards to intelligence, identical twins were more alike than fraternal twins. That means that genes do play a role.
So, you're saying that it is more common for identical twins to have similar IQs than it is for fraternal twins to have similar IQs?
According to this study, yes.
Okay, but come on. Intelligence can't all be in the genes. Think about the implications. Surely there are studies that support the nurturists.
Indeed, there are. Researchers looked at the IQs of both fraternal twins and identical twins who were raised in adequate conditions with those of twins raised in poor conditions. What they found was that when poverty is considered, environment is more important than genes.
Wait a minute. How did they figure that?
Well, twins raised in adequate conditions have less intellectual variation than those raised in poor conditions. Remember the first study when the environment was controlled or kept the same? Identical twins were more alike than fraternal twins. All of these twins had the same educational advantages. What the next study found was that identical twins without educational advantages were not as similar as those who had them. Understand?
I think so.
So, as you can see, nature and nurture are not mutually exclusive. Human behaviors are a result of an interaction between genetics and the environment. Of course, nobody believes that human behaviors are entirely genetic, but research such as twin studies suggests that there is probably a role for the genes in shaping the people we become.
Number 1. How does the speaker introduce twin studies? Number 2. According to the professor, What is the difference between identical and fraternal twins? Number 3. Why does the woman say this?
Well, come on. Obviously, it can't all be in the genes.
Number 4. Based on the information in the talk, indicate whether each phrase below describes fraternal twins or identical twins. Number 5. What does the professor imply when he says this?
According to this study, yes.
Number 6. In the lecture, the professor describes the process of studying the intelligence of twins. Indicate whether each of the following is mentioned with respect to the research. Mark the correct box for each phrase.